Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're diving back into yesteryear. We're playing a deck called Tezzeret Sharks. What does that mean? Well, we're playing with Tezzeret, who likes to take artifacts and give them a base power and toughness of 4/4 and turn them into artifact creatures. And Chromos Seedshark, whenever you play some sort of non-creature spell, incubus out pod babies. And so between Tezzeret and the Seedshark, you're putting out some pretty awesome super soldiers that people are going to have a hard time holding up against. That sounds interesting to you? Then stay tuned. Find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, this month's cover model for Abs of Steel magazine, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Filmed before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to deck that I found over on the Aether Hub, posted by Hael. Hael, I suppose that's how you pronounce it, called Is It Tezzeret Sharks? It totally is, Hael. It's Tezzeret Sharks. All right, so why did I decide to pick this deck? Because I was looking down the list, I saw something from Is It, which I rarely play, and it said Tezzeret and Sharks. And I thought, ooh, I like Tezzeret. And Sharks sounds like fun. So I took a look at it, and I saw Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh, and I saw Seedsharks. And I know I've been really itching to play Tezzeret. I think I played it a couple of days ago. And Seedsharks, another great thing to play it with. I remember playing it when when this thing first came out. What is that? I don't know what that symbol is anymore. It doesn't seem like Aftermath is the right thing for it. Anyways, when Seedsharks came out, then it was like Tezzeret started working with them. Oh, that was a great deck. So it's probably been a good year or so since I played a deck based on that combo. And we got something here, that a bunch of other cards. Now, I almost turned it down because it's counterspell, 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 counterspell. And I hate counterspells. But I decided I'll play this deck. We'll see how it goes. And whether or not I feel those counterspells are integral to the integrity of this deck. Well, I don't know if they're necessary for the integrity of this deck, but yeah, I played the dirty counter spells. I'm sorry. All right, so anyways, what are we going to do with this deck? We're going to take a look at the cards that are in this deck. We're going to talk a little bit what this deck should do, and then we'll go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. All right, let's take a look here. Let's start with the combo. Tezzeret, right? Tezzeret, I almost don't care what this guy does, but let's see. The first activated ability of an artifact you activate each turn costs 2 less to activate, which means if you have any pod babies, I'm not even sure what they're called anymore, any incubators, I always just call them pod babies, that they're free. The first one to do every turn is free because Tezzeret makes it free. As long as Tezzeret's out, that's free to incubate. Number 2 about him. Let's get down to -2. Target artifact becomes an artifact creature. If it isn't a vehicle, its base power is 4/4. All right, so what that does is it means that this guy, who's an incubator, comes out as like a 1 or a 2 or a 5, right? That's only because it has popo counters on it. Now, if you do that to it, it gets a base power and toughness of 4/4 plus whatever popo counters are on it. So if it was a 1, it becomes a 5/5. If it was a 5, it becomes a 9/9. So between these two, this guy's babies and this guy being able to say, yes, my little babies, come forth and become your own things. You make these giant super soldiers that are artifacts, which makes them harder for black to remove. All right, so there we go. That's it. That's the bleeding core of this deck. What are we going to do otherwise? Let's talk about the rest of it. We got 2 points of damage, so it's creature kill. We got more creature kill. We've got counterspell, 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 creature kill with a little bit of, is that creature kill? Target creature planeswalker, yeah. Creature kill with a little bit of card draw. We've got card draw. We got the ability to wipe the board up to 3 points of damage, which is just below Seedshark's butt. so you can blow away everything but Seedshark. We've got Celestus, which is an artifact with Tezzeret can turn into a creature. Card draw. Card draw. We got creature kill and or card draw. I guess just or card draw. And then we got Chandra, who duplicates any instants and sorcerers being played. And other than that, gives you more mana and can do a bunch of damage to things. Okay. Now also, Chrome Shark puts out babies based upon the non-creature spells that you're casting. And we got a lot of them. And so as we're controlling the board, we're putting out babies, which Tezzeret can turn into Super Soldier. All right, so that's pretty much it. What are we doing? We're controlling the board and drawing cards, putting out babies, turning them into Super Soldiers. And that's it. That's the whole deck. That's what we're trying to do. Who else is an artifact? Mirrex babies. Look at those little mites right there. So yeah, you can pop out a 1/1 and then turn it into a 4/4. If anything, I'd say get some of those new from Ixalan cards that turn your artifacts into 5/4s. That would probably be great in here because you can't expect Tezzeret to do all of it all by himself. Anyways, that's it. So we're playing the deck right now. We'll try it out as is. Maybe we'll make some improvements to it in the future. But for now, this is what we're going to do. And before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, we're playing against CJ, which stands for Cobra Jim. Keep. All right, pop up the red just so we can fry somebody's brains out as soon as they show up. Shake our bushy tail. There's somebody's brains who gets to be fried out. 2. Were you an instant? Yeah. 3. Let's Celestus this baby. And an enviable position of not being able to do anything on our opponent's turn. Alright, so if I want to kill it now, I just have to do a little bit of this. Pop out my Island and be prepared to make disappear. Because we're controlling! Nope! And we win! Oh, we were brutal! Victory! Alright, we're playing against gomataro. Gomataro. Go, Mataro. Go, Mataro. Go, Mataro, go. Alright, we'll try 2 mana. All we can do is make things disappear. It's a rock. Alright, well, we can start making things disappear. Ooh, we get to counterspell stuff. No, suck it. I know it's practically the same thing. If he doesn't get to choose, he'd get rid of my Seedshark, I would imagine. 3, let's Seedshark it. Alright, there we go. Of course, he has 0 protection for it now. Hopefully, I mean, he's got to have creature kill in his hand. He's playing mono black. So I got to get some babies made is the problem. No blocks. Oh, let's make some babies. Let's see. What do I need? I don't need a red. All in. If we keep the Seedsharks out, that'd be fantastic. Let's get rid of that. I always think Made to Disappear is horrible. I can't believe those are the cards that everybody plays all the time. Another Seedshark? Really? Really? Yeah, we got that. We got the time for it. Oh, I'm just being greedy at this point. Let's pop them up. Alright, because next turn we can Mightstone and Weakstone, take out Evolved Sleeper. I'm betting he's going to put out something bigger, like a Shoulder or something. That'll be even greater to take out. We draw cards, we can counter stuff. Of course, I have 0 mana saved for it. Oh, no. Don't take out the Weakstone. Don't take it. I don't care. Oh, he's got another one. You already saw what it was, man. Just take whatever you're going to take. I can't believe you have to make yet another decision. See, that was horrible. Yeah, no thanks. We're cool. Have a good time. Alright, another Seedshark. Now we're just hitting each other. Alright, so let's see. I'm swinging in for 7 a turn. He's only doing 3. Alright, my Seedsharks really want to put out more bebes. I could just keep Big Boy there back so I can fight off his Evolved Sleeper. That's probably the best course of action, I think about it. When I counter spell mana 4, great, great. Okay, here we go. All attacks, not you. Now we're doing 6 per turn, and we have the ability to beat off the Evolved Sleeper. Sorry, pardon my French there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knock, knock. Alright, so he doesn't want to... His bats. He's you should come with the bats now. I got out the Air Force unprotected. That's not good. Alright, I'm dead. I'm dead. He beat me. Lame. Defeat. Alright, we're playing against Vash, the Stampede. We got nothing. Alright, what do we got? Disdainful Stroke and a couple of kill spells. Alright, alright. I'm prepared to kill. Turn 3, we could do something. Get rid of those while we can. Alright, let's see if he has the ability to kill him straight out. I would imagine he would. If I was a smart control player, I'd wait till I had enough mana to keep him alive. But I am not. Alright, well, it's 3 of his guys I've managed to nuke. This is one of my great nukings. Let's just wait. I got the impression he's got some more beef on him there. We'll go 8. We'll take that our damage. Draw a card. I think I have a lot of mana this game. Alright, what we could do here? 4. Yeah, there's more mana. I got plenty of mana. I don't need the additional. Draw 3 cards. Let me guess, it's going to be 3 basic lands. Ooh, no basic lands in the mix. I got to get rid of 2 like a sucker. 1 and 2. Let's do that. Of course, I have 0 artifacts to actually do anything with. Let's use this and draw more cards. How about that? Oh, he's just been waiting to counterspell my stuff, huh? Oh, look, there's 3 basic lands. The shuffler was out to get me. And we're done. I'll just keep it, man. I just need something to throw away occasionally. Of course, I mean, he's got so much mana that Make Disappear is not going to do crap at this point. Seedshark. Seedshark. Well, everybody knows the little Seedshark. Let's just see what he plays next. Like, use Make Disappear, I think, to just put out babies. I just got to have something to target, even if it doesn't land. He's not playing with anything that's going to pump. I could... Fine, here we go. Just pay the extra, man. I don't care. That's what I needed, was a little babiness there. Alright, and then I'll put this guy up. Well, look, it looks like the shuffler knows what it wants me to do. Alright, block with the preacher. There we go. Three damage. Look who's alive. All right, let's go and pump them up. More mana! What a jerk! Jesus! What do I got out here now? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Tezzeret, huh? Sure, let's do it. Well, at least I get to draw a card. I should draw some more cards, is what I should do. Tezzeret I can wipe out. Let's put out this mana. Let's go in for the attack. That's what I was hoping for. That makes me feel good about just drawing cards instead. Another bebe. Who's going to counter it? Disappointing. Alright, well, whatever. Looks like I win anyway. Victory! Alright, we're playing against Stewie 13 AD. Four mana and just some removal and control. Not the most exciting thing in the world. Play this one just in case we need a voltage surge early. Oh, I had a red right there. Didn't even see it. See what he made me do? Maybe kill him. Alright, if we do this, I can actually counterspell something. No. Alright, I'm going to Seedshark now. I'm the one that gets to make pod babies, not you. Is it time that we need the Brotherhood end? And in for two. Yeah, maybe I should have held on a little bit longer, huh? I can make a super big guy. It's going to take a little... Oh, it works right now. No. Cancel. Next. There we go. This guy's still got summoning sickness, so he gets to sit back and do nothing. I'll use Tezzeret to super pump him on the next turn. Or I'll just take whatever he does. Is he worth something? Wow. Alright, unfortunately there goes the Seedshark. Another Seedshark. Alright. Let's put out our friend. And we win! Tezzeret is the steroid injector. Victory! Alright, we're playing against Grudgewrought. Let's just, when he tries to put out next turn, we'll go ahead and voltage surge that thing. I'm good with, am I good with waiting? Yeah, I got nothing else going on. Alright, mana number 2. Here's number 3. Still nothing worth doing. A lot of control. But I really need to put out some artifacts and have Tezzeret so I can make them into huge dudes. I need my Seedsharks. Lots of great stuff. He's got lots of mana. This is just a weird tappity-tap game. of which I am the loser of. See a little Mirrex action. And we are good. Yeah, I could put out Might Babies. They're artifacts. Where's Tezzeret when you need them, huh? Uh-oh, 16 more turns and then I'm dead. Oop, it's my baby. I got a guy. Yeah, let's do it. Man, make me think I should just draw 2 cards. I'm gonna have to waste something. Ugh, those were horrible. Kind of glad I got him out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I gotta get rid of 1. Man is not something I'm worried about at this point. We got lots. We got 1 of each. It doesn't really matter. I'll pick blue. We'll get rid of this one then. There we go. Yeah, no, it's time to do a little board wipey action there. And we're done. Be able to use that, luckily. I can tell you the mana in here is just atrocious. Should we draw 2 cards? Yeah, let's do that. Finally! Let's put out from Seedshark. And we're good. Okay, if we need Fires of Victory something, we'll have 5 points we could do next turn. He wants that guy back, huh? Baby! Well, this is taking us such a long time to get to something interesting. Oh, it was just about to get interesting. Victory. Nice, we are Tezzeret Sharks. You know what's funny is this deck list just came posted today, and so we thought, this looks interesting. Why? Because I've been really interested in playing Tezzeret again. I've liked what Tezzeret does. And then when I saw Seedsharks, I thought, oh man, that's right. Tezzeret and Seedsharks get along famously. And then as I was playing this deck, I realized this deck looked really old. Really, really old. So, yeah, this doesn't look like it's really made up of a bunch of new cards. It looked like it was an older kind of deck that was put up. Thing is, it was still a great deck to play. It was lots of fun. I was glad to see it circle around. So if you haven't played this deck before, congratulations, because this is a fun, great deck. Um, yeah, and if you have played with it before, congratulations, because here it is again. And remember how great it is. All right, so let's talk about this deck. Who was the MVP, the most valuable player? I can tell you it was Tezzeret. Tezzeret was the guy that I was trying to get to all the time. And the reason why is because Tezzeret can work with a lot of different artifacts. The thing is, we only had 2 artifacts we're putting out regularly. That's Celestus and Mightstone and Weakstone. Now, if you could get out the other half of the combo, which is the Chrome Shard Seedshark, you can. I guess also Mirrex puts out artifacts too. And this is probably a more consistent source of artifacts. But the Seedshark, man, being able to cast your little spells, having that put out those babies, and then with Tezzeret making them into base 4/4s, and then their plus counters on top of it, you didn't have to pay their costs. You didn't have to pay 2 to put them out or anything like that. They just came out super strong and ready to start punching people in the face. So yeah, but Tezzeret was the MVP of this deck. That was the card that the whole deck was sort of linchpinning on. And it did good otherwise, but Tezzeret made it great. All right, so Tezzeret, you are the MVP. Congratulations, you are going to Disneyland. All right, so let's see. Was this deck competitive? Let me take a look at my rate here. I got a 78% win rate. You know, what's funny is that I ended up playing against a lot of control decks. No aggro that I can think of. Nothing like that going on. I think that is a weird situation. I don't think this deck would hold up against aggro. I just never saw it. It definitely took some time to kind of grow into it. But I mean, you got Make Disappear, you got Voltage Surge, Flamberous Bolt, Disdainful Stroke's only good against 4 or greater. But you got some counter spells, you got some cheap creature removal, so maybe you could do well against aggro. It just doesn't look like there's a lot here. There's 3, 3, 3. It's some. Wiping the board at 3 is great against aggro. So there's a good chance you could take aggro down with this. It's just this deck doesn't really have any creatures. 0 defense. Until you finally start getting out the Seedshark. At which point she can start popping out babies. And then Tezzeret can start making them awesome. So, but if you're playing against control with this all the time, then you're just sitting there looking at the other person for like turn after turn after turn. Anytime anybody does anything, you just kill whatever they do. And they do the same thing to you. And eventually somebody runs out of the ability to deal with things. At which point, then another person capitalizes on it and totally smacks it around. Well, I've just talked a lot. I'm still in whether or not this deck's competitive. But so anyways, 78% win rate. That's great. It's a great deck. I think it was just maybe the decks I went against. It's definitely a Platinum Mythic level deck that can be played against a lot of different types of things. All right, let's just see. Was this deck fun? For me, fun involves a lot of early game fighting, at least coming in, punching people in the face, getting them down to 12, 11, 10 points of damage, that kind of thing. This deck doesn't really do that. This deck is really a lot about control in the early game, making sure they can't really do stuff, pinning down their getting rid of the ender parts of their game, and trying to build your resources so that you can start to put out pod babies from the Seedshark and then getting Tezzeret out there to pump them up. Chandra's Hope. I never got to play Chandra Hope's Beacon in my gameplay at all. But with her ability to duplicate any instant sorcery being played, that's great. I can see its use. There's only one of her in here, whether you get her out or not. Teferi, that's another one. I think I had him in a hand, but he got countered when I tried to play him. So both of those guys, Chandra's Hope and Teferi up here, I don't think that they're important to the deck. You could probably swap them out with something else. They're expensive. And it seems like earlier stuff might actually work better. Then again, I tend to not, as an aggro player, I tend to not care about what happens in the long range. And a lot of times I get to a point where suddenly I realize I don't have the ability to deal with big decks with big creatures in it. A nice board wipe would be nice at some point, but we got Brotherhood in. 5/5 burn down the house, that would be great. I don't know. Something like that would be cool. All right, let's see what we're talking about. Was this deck fun? Yeah, I mean, for some people, especially people who are control players, they're going to love this deck. It's not super control-y, but it's control-y enough, and you have some good beatdown in the later game. So if you're that kind of person who enjoys more of a, a mid-range deck that's more control-y at the beginning and beatdown at the end, yeah, this deck's got it for you. There you go. Mid-range, this is your deck. All right, was this deck interesting? Yes, totally. Why was it interesting? Because it's not something that's hot in the current meta right now. Sure, it's made up of a little older cards. I mean, you can see it's from all over the place. We got Midnight Hunt, we got Kamigawa, we got, what is that, Brothers War, I think it is. And this is from Aftermath. I mean, that's like a 3 years worth of stuff right there. You know, but a lot of these cards, there's new Capenna. Well, it's excellent. This card's from everything, supposedly. Like there's the Crimson, whatever, the Vampire set. Yeah, so it hasn't. There's nothing from the last 3 sets in there. You know, nothing from Eldraine, nothing from I can't even remember what we're even playing right now. Markov. You know, so this deck's a little on the older side, but you know, as a flashback, it's a fantastic little one. So it's well put together. It's interesting to play. Yeah, it's cool. All right, so let's add this thing up. Is it competitive? Yeah, it is competitive. Number 2, was this deck fun? For the right person? Yeah, absolutely, this is a fun deck. Even for an aggro player like me, it was cool. I felt dirty as all hell playing counter spells, but I played them anyway. And lastly, was it interesting? Absolutely, playing something that is not hot in the meta right now, but it's still terribly good. All right, so let's see. That makes this deck, it makes it into an A+ deck. An A+ deck. Yeah, and as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.